All right, let's see who pops in. Come on, I know you're all out. You're out there. Come on in. Say hello. Oh, Jeff is the first, of course. How you doing, buddy? Doug, VMC, Scrap, Rocka, DC Stacks. What's up, everybody? How you doing? I'm doing a little pre-situation to the GAW that I'm going to be having tomorrow night. I've got all these bags. They are numbered 1 to 12. These are all going to be GAWs. They're all going to be giveaways. Now that's going to be for, the regular stuff. And then I have the stuff that's going to be given away on the wheel. Now, and I have to tell you, one of these has an alien head taped on the back of one of these mint sets. So there's an alien head, so somebody in the regular feed is going to get one of my pours. I thought it would be only fair. I could still stick it out there. But then I got my box. We got gold. We got, the Charlie Kirk. And I just decided to throw this in there. This is a pour that I made a while ago. This is 3.606 ounce. I haven't put it in a tumbler yet. I'll put it in a tumbler before I send it to you. But that comes from this little baby hanging on the wall here. I bought it and then I stuck it to, one of the coin holders and it made a pour out of it. So that's going to be a nice little piece too. I just want to see how everybody's doing tonight. Oh, 22 people in here already. Awesome. Let me see if I gotta make sure everybody's blue. DC Stacks. We're gonna make you blue. If there's nobody else in here. Rocky Mountain. Oh, wrong one. Rocky Mountain. Add as moderator. Make you blue. DC Stacks, I think I just did you. But I want everybody to be blue in here. Ron Spencer. Make y'all blue so you can just hang out with each other, check everybody out. Catcom, why aren't you blue? Oh, that's probably because we're on Humble's channel all the time. Well, I'm glad y'all came in. Say hello. So I got a big pile on my desk of all these different mint sets with everything like that. I've got 12 of them sitting here, and they're all numbered. And I'm going to be doing probably like pick a number or doing something with cards, and then we have the good stuff that's going to be going through the wheel. So you make sure that you go back to my video that says 500 GAW on the 26th, because that's the only way you're going to be getting on the wheel. So make sure you do all that. Ron Spencer, let's check you out. You know, I don't care. We're going to make you blue. We got DC Stacks. We got Jeff. We have. Oh, let me go down for a little bit here. We got Kyle. Chew. Oh my God, Chew! I ain't seen you in so long. How you been? Rocka, what's going on? I'm trying to get ready for tomorrow. Um, I've got all these packages numbered. You know, one of them, I'm not even sure which one, because I put it on there and then I mixed them all up on my bed. But one of these mint sets has the alien head taped to the back of half of it. So I got, I think, 12 or 13 of these. And that's just going to be for the regular, the regular GAW, the regular giveaway. And then we have, you know, the really goodie box. That's going to be for, the spinning wheel. And the only way you can get in the spinning wheel is to go back to my video where it talks about the 500 GAW. I think it's like the third one down, third or fourth one down. I mean, you can't miss it. It says 500 GAW, on the 26th, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have to put your name in there, in order to be on the spinning wheel. So y'all make sure that you do all that. And I'm at like 567, 570. I'm not really sure. So I'm really close to 6. So let's make this a 600 GAW. That would be awesome. So y'all just, like, share, subscribe, do all that kind of good stuff. Make sure you're subscribed. If you want to get into that spinning wheel, you know how to do it. I keep that spinning wheel for my close people. The ones who pay attention to my posts and my feeds. But I got some great stuff going on. I got gold that I'm going to be giving away. I've got a lot of silver. I got some pours that I'm going to be giving away. Y'all pay attention. Come on, this is going to be a great night. It's going to be tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, and this will be on Humble's channel. Humble's going to roll it for me because he knows how to do the wheel and he knows how to do all that other stuff. Because y'all know me. I mean, come on, let's get real. I don't know how to do all that fancy stuff. So Humble's going to be, backing me up. So we're going to let it run on Humble's channel. I've said this many times, pay attention. If you want to be part of this GAW, you have to listen. You have to listen. Nah, 1,000 is probably a while away. I mean, 500 was hard to hit, Kyle. 500 was hard, but it seems like now that I've hit that 500, it's starting to grow. It's like, I don't know why, but it seems like it's getting a little bit easier for a while. But that's okay. That's great. I mean, I love it. 210, what's up, brother? How you doing? All right, so we got Rock in here, we got Jeff in here, we got 210, we got DC Stacks, we got BCM, we have Kyle. All right, we need to make Kyle blue. Who else we got in here? We got Doug Harding. Catcom is here. I think that's about all of you. Now, I know it's a weird time to just pop up and do a live, but, you know, I want everybody who's paying attention to realize where they have to go to get the good stuff. Yeah, Humble's probably going to be doing some pinging. He'll probably do a ping after everybody when somebody wins a prize. I guarantee you, he's probably going to do his ping. He loves that bull, and I gotta tell you, that thing pins Greg. It it sounds awesome. Yeah, the good stuff. What would you call a half gram of gold? What would you call a 3.6 ounce poured piece of silver? What would you call some uh, a 2.96 ounce? Well, 6 grams actually. And then you get two French pence that John donated. And then we get the Charlie Kirk. That's a lot of money in this box. That's the good stuff. All this other stuff, one of them has, the alien head, taped to the back. I can't even tell you which one. No, I did it on my bed because I don't even want to know. Because I don't want to be impartial or, say, oh, this is a good one. You're going to get surprised. Walter, what's up, my brother? How you doing tonight? OC Stacker, come on in. I know you're on the 500. You're on the spinning wheel. I've seen you in the comment. Like, I can't tell you guys enough. Make sure that you go to the spin. Go to the 500 GAW. It's like the third video down that I have, third or fourth probably now. But it says 500 GAW 26 at 5 p.m. Go in there, make a comment. Like it. That's the only way you're going to get on the wheel. And a big shout out to John. He has just sent me, pull some of this stuff out of the way here. John has just sent me this little beautiful little pew pew. Know what to pour for him. And he also has, he found the eagle that Humble has on his desk. That was poured by Capital Currency. and he's sending that to me as well. I'm not sure if it's the exact same one, but it's pretty good. It's pretty damn similar. I'm going to tell you that. So he's going to be sending that to me, and John's going to get the first one of that, poured in silver, free and clear, just because he sent it to me. And I get to keep it, and I get to make multiples off of it. So y'all keep that in mind. You know, if you come up with something good, you know, you send me, you know, nice little pour. You might get the first one free, as long as I get to keep the original, and you know, pop out some really good stuff. Is anybody in here that's not blue yet? I think I got everybody. You know, let me know if you're not blue and you got a decent channel. We're gonna get you set up. That way you can go in there and you look at everybody else's channel. I want you all to subscribe to each other. You know, this is how we build our community. You know, you subscribe to each other. You know, everybody gets likes. Everybody gets, you know, comments. Swag Dad. Oh my God, I know you. I know you. Come on, you need to be blue. Welcome on in, Swag Daddy. Appreciate you being here. I just want to do a little quickie here because tomorrow is going to be the big 500 GAW for me. I've been saving up for this thing, obviously, for a long, long time. So everybody, you know, make sure that you get on board. You know, make sure you're here. Make sure you're on the wheel. This is going to be a good. This is going to be a good giveaway. I'm not cheap. I'm Cartier. I'm not cheap. I'm giving away some good stuff. But it will be tomorrow on Humble's channel at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is about like 2 p.m. on the Pacific side. We're gonna do all this. You know, we got we have like a 3 hour window before, you know, the Metal Mob show, but I don't think it's gonna take 3 hours. So I mean, I think we can. I got this busted down to like 12 packages, and I got no another half a dozen for the wheel. So I think it's gonna go pretty good. No, I'm not gonna waste a whole lot of time. I'm gonna get right into it. So y'all make sure you're there from the very beginning, because I'm gonna start giving away stuff, you know, as soon as I get online. Yes, you have to be present to win 210. You have to have your name on my 500 GAW video. You have to like and comment to be on the wheel for the big prizes. And then we have all the other prizes that are going to be for just anybody who pops in. But yes, you have to be present to win. And I don't care what country you're in. I will ship wherever you're at. I'm not going to limit it to United States. I'm not going to limit it to Canada. If you're in Austria, or if you're in England, you know, like where Raspberry is, you know, I don't care. I'll ship it to you. But you at least have to be present to win. Curtis, what's up, brother? How you doing? Nothing is rigged on my games. If that little redhead was actually real instead of an AI thing that Jeff made for me, it might be different, but she ain't real. Jeff made those for me. I just thought they were funny as hell. Yeah, she's got a nice lot of stuff. Jeff, you created her, so you should know. Well, I'm glad too. I mean, we're doing this at like 5 o'clock, so it's like 2 p.m. East, Pacific time. So that gives us a few hours before doing the Metal Mob. How do you all like the Metal Mob show at night? You like the earlier time? I mean, because we went from midnight to 8 o'clock, and I especially had to ask work, and put in for that time off. I get off at 7. That way I can at least have a few minutes to get ready. To do the Metal Mob show at night. But I think it's a lot better for the people on the Eastern Standard Time. Because like Littlefoot and you know different people like that, they're getting ready for work at they got to get up and go to work at in the Monday morning. So bringing it back to like 8 o'clock at night instead of freaking midnight. I think it's working out really good. What do y'all think? All right, Bear likes it. He's awesome. Yeah, I just thought it was kind of imperative to get to a better time zone. I don't want to step on anybody's, toes or nothing like that, but I mean, we got a show too. I mean, we're trying to do our stuff. I can't be, pussyfooting around. It's like, oh, well, your show's at this time, your show's at that time. That was the case, then, you'd never go on air because everybody's got a show on at one time or another. So, yeah, that's the whole point. I mean, everybody has to get up early on Monday morning to go to work. They want to relax. They're not going to stay up till midnight on the East Coast to watch a show. No, we made a special show one time. And we came in early just to have Littlefoot on. Oh, Curtis has he had 500 subs last month and doing my God on my birthday bash next month. Awesome, good for you. Good for you. Awesome, Curtis. Yeah, I'm at like 570 something or somewhere around there. 67, 570. I don't know. It always changes day by day. That's why you got to remember when you go to subscribe to somebody, make sure you go to their videos and like something or comment on something. Otherwise, it won't stick. You can't just go click on somebody and say, oh, subscribe. Because YouTube usually doesn't take it. You have to actually physically go in there, like the channel, make a comment on one of their videos, and then it sticks. So y'all keep that in mind. I mean, because I've seen my numbers go from like 500 to 490, 510 to 409. It's like that's why I waited so long until I knew I was specifically over 500. And it's like, all right, I got it. I got the 500. And now I'm almost 6. So, which is awesome. I mean, if you all keep going, share it out. Let's get there. We this might be a 600 go. Yeah, VMC 500 is a hard number to hit. It really is. John Camper, welcome in. How you doing, brother? Well, VMC, you got to do the 777. You got to do the triple sevens. That's one of the things that we do. It's kind of like a Vegas thing. You're hitting 777 across the board. But y'all sub each other up. Come on. Go hit their videos. Go like them up. Show some love to all your people. I mean, we're all here as a community. We're trying to do all this together. Some of us have been here from the start. And I've watched a lot of people surpass me. Littlefoot, I've watched Humble, Littlefoot, even LBS. I mean, they both, all of them surpassed me because, well, I don't do the videos like they do. I'm not constantly on there, and these guys are working for it, and they deserve it. That's why, when we do the Metal Mob show, I let these guys have it. You know, do it on your channel because basically, I don't know a whole lot about how to do all this stuff, and I can't do, pulling up somebody and making them big and doing all this stuff on the phone because every time I touch my phone, I usually wind up shutting it down. No lie. I will usually just cancel the whole thing out and then I got to start from scratch. And it's like, I've done this before with them and it's like, you just take over. Just take it. Take it over. So I've told Liberty and Hubble, it's like, you guys just run it. You guys want the hours. I don't care about my own hours, because I don't care if I get monetized or not. I'm just up here to have fun. I'm just up here to give away some bunch of goodies and just have fun and I got people who want me to pour for them all the time. That's awesome. That's perfect for me. I don't need anything else. All right, so what's going on in the feed? Yep, 777 should be your next goal. It's like the triple sevens. Oh, Hidden's here. Oh, Hidden's looking for a little something something. Yeah, we got a whole lot of something something going on here, Humble. I mean, Hidden. If you pay attention, you might come away, a good winner. I don't know what you're saying, Hidden, but I mean, you got to make sure that you go to my 500 GAW video and make sure that you like, comment. It's like the third video down, third or fourth video down. That'll get you on the wheel for the big boy stuff. That's gold. That's a lot of silver. That's pores. You get on there, you're good to go. Anybody else that comes into the stream, that's not. I mean, we're gonna have. I got tons of stuff to hear to give away. So there's gonna be a lot of something to give away. If you don't walk away with a little something, I'd be surprised. No, see, I don't know nothing about turtle eyes given to me. But if he's got a little gold pieces, you want in a turtle. I just started vacation today. I've got all week. I'm gonna start pouring. Probably tomorrow. I've got a lot of stuff that I gotta get done. I got a lot of stuff that I gotta clean up. Yeah, bear. No, not that's not a problem. You talk to me. We can work it out. Like I said, where the hell is it? John just sent me this little pew pew. I'll be pouring that this week, and he's sending me an eagle. You've all seen it on Humble's desk. Y'all got hard-ons over it, and they're like, "Oh, I want one," but it's capital currencies pour. I can't pour capital currencies pour. I will not plagiarize. But John went out and found one, that's basically similar. So he's sending it to me, and we're gonna start popping them out. I can't pour CC's pours, but I can pour the original. Let me go back here. Swag Daddy. After you pour, are you cleaning it up, or do you save the dust from filing, or do you over it for a while? Um, what can I say about that? When I do a pour, I usually take them and I put them into like a little box, and then slowly, that's why I want it. That's why it's so important for me this week to go in there and start doing all my cleaning and cleaning my pores. And I try to save as much as humanly possible. As far as the pour goes. If I cut anything off, trim anything off, I make sure I put it into a little jar, and I use that for one of my next pours. Yeah, smash that like button. Thank you, Jeff. But I have a whole plate of pours that I've done that are sitting in my safe. I got the crawfish claw that Crawdaddy wants. I need to get that cleaned up. I need to pour OC his turtle. I need to pour a bunch of different things. I know I need to do that pistol. I need to do the Eagle will probably be coming in this week, so I need to get that done. I mean, I got a lot of stuff I need to pour. I got stuff that I've poured that's been sitting here for months that I haven't even touched yet. I got the peanut, I got the acorn, I've got all kinds of different stuff. I mean, even this piece here that I'm going to be giving away. This is 3.6 ounce. It's never hit the tumbler yet. I did the hard clean on it, but it's never been in the tumbler, so it needs to be cleaned up. So I need to do all that kind of stuff this week while I'm on my vacation. So my vacation is not really a vacation. It's me trying to clean up, all the stuff that I need to do. Yeah, the Sword and the Stone. I haven't finished that yet either. No, Sword and the Stone is a beautiful piece. I just need to finish cleaning it up. And when I put those garnets in it, oh my god, it's going to be beautiful. Y'all going to line up for that son of a bitch. And I've got so many other pieces that are in mind. I mean, I've got a box full of stuff that I can pour that I haven't even started yet. I mean, I could pour all day long for a month and not even come close to everything that I want to pour. But the Sword and the Stone came out really really nice. It just needs to be cleaned up. I need to put the garnets in it. It'll be a sweet sweet piece when I'm done. Well, I got a lot of other stuff too. I got people who want me to pour stuff, and that comes priority between the stuff that I pour for myself personally. Customers come first. Customers always come first. When somebody asks me to pour something for them or sends me something, they say I want this. That takes priority over anything that I have. That's just the way I am. Melissa, how you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. But let's see here. We got I got all these different packs. This is number 8. They all got, I tried to break them all up and make it even. So everybody's got a little bit of everything. Mint set, the other stuff, the first edition. They're pretty much all the same. I tried to keep it even. Some of them, I got a couple of them that are got a little something extra, little something hidden, little something. And one of these mint sets have the alien head that I poured. No, it's like I think, what did I say? 1.6 ounce or something like that. I don't remember. But I got all these numbered. That way, it's easy for me to do the gaw tomorrow night. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna pull these up, one by one. I'm gonna figure out. See, this one's a heavy one. This is number 6, so it's got an extra mint set in the back. That's like a regular one. Oh, that's a heavy one. But I got it down to like 13 packages. So there's going to be 13 packages that are going to be given away at random. That way I don't know what's what. Don't care. I'm just going to pay a lot of shipping. That's for damn sure. It's probably going to cost me freaking over $100 to ship all this stuff. Especially when it comes to no, the expensive stuff. But John had sent me a couple little half francs. We got 2 little half francs. BUs. He sent me these to give away. Thank you so much, John. One's a 19... if we can pull it in there or not. One's a 1963, and I think another one's a 1962. But they're half francs. So he wanted me to give those away. Which was awesome of you, John. Thank you so much. And then and then we have a little half gram of gold. We get a half gram of gold that's going to be going out. This is all stuff that's going to go in the. Everything on the table here is going to be for regular picking numbers, picking cards. I mean, however I want to do it. But Humble is going to be doing my wheel. So these are going to be on the wheel. So we get that. We have the Charlie Kirk 1461. And that's by the Highland Mint. Now, I was talking to Blue Collar today. He's talking about these. And I told him, I said, the ones that I'm giving away. I think I was talking to Blue Collar. I was talking to somebody. But you find these on eBay for like $230 to $250. And they don't even have the Harlem Mint mark. It's just like a black box. I mean, because I bought a couple other ones. I bought these are the proof sets, but you can buy some other ones. So I think they went and bought just some black boxes, and they stuck them out there because they don't have the Highland Mint mark on the inside. These are the real ones. And they're trying to sell the fake ones for like $230 to $250. But that's going to be, the other giveaway. And it's even numbered at 1461. And then I decided, I was going to add this. Hasn't been to the through the tumbler yet. I'm going to put it through the tumbler before I send it out. But this is a nice little piece. This is kind of like a homemade piece. I showed you earlier. I have it on my wall right there, right there, right there, right there, and I stuck it to, a plastic, container to hold a coin. But this is 3.06 ounce. So this is a nice piece. Needs to be cleaned up. Needs to hit the tumbler, but it's a beautiful piece. And then lastly, I get a little Cartier Silver button. I think this one is 29.6, 29.6 grams. So it's just a little under an ounce, but it's still got the CS on there. I need something thick like this in order to put my CS on it. You can see how it's kind of like indented because my stamp is like really big. And it takes like a 4 pound sledge to make this imprint. That's why I don't do anything small. It's like humble when I did hit the spoon for him. It was a little shovel. He's like, "Well, why didn't you imprint it?" I was like, "Dude, I would have crushed it. You don't understand. What my stamp is. I mean, this thing is freaking huge. It takes a 4 pound sledge to make a freaking mark. I would have busted that thing in half. So a lot of my smaller stuff, they're never gonna have the CS on it, but I will write on the back of it, and I will make it legit. And I can use my small letters, and I will put the weight and stuff like that as long as there's enough room, and I'll at least sign the back of it, with my CS or Cartier Silver, so everybody, what you got. Reminds you of an old logo. It reminds me of an old logo, YouTuber logo from DS Sales. I don't know about that. I'm pretty new. I've only been here for like what 2 3 years. Not even two. None. I don't think it's even been 3 years yet. Probably coming close. Yeah, Melissa, I made that brass sailing ship for Humble. Well, that's what I love about pouring. You know, I love to stack, I love to collect, but I love to pour. I absolutely love to pour. And I love the challenge. I've had like Mr. Minix, sent me a Popeye and a Bluto, and I made that work. Popeye, he didn't even have a pipe on him, but I created one for him. It was like there's so many little small things that people send me. It's like, oh, can you make this? Can you make that? It's like, well, as long as I can get a negative draft off of it, I can do it. But people don't really understand the negative draft. I mean, it's like when you stick something in sand, you have to be able to pull it out with leaving an impression. If you're pulling out half the sand with it because you have a negative draft, I mean, because you have a positive draft, no, it's not going to work. Then you got to go back to old wax casting, which I would love to try someday. I would love to try wax casting, but it's an old art. That's where you actually get like a 3D animal to stand up with all four legs and this and that, because your wax would actually disappear as you pour into the mold. The wax would dissolve and it would dissipate. It's a tough it's a tough thing to do. I'm not I'm not that accomplished yet. No, I'm good for, I can put it in sand and I can, make an imprint and cast it. But it's been pretty cool. I'm loving the ride that I'm on. I get a lot of people out there who appreciate what I do, and I get a lot of people who keep asking me. It's like, oh, I want this, I want that. It's like, bring it on. Give me a challenge. I'm up for just about anything. Yeah, I made the pipe on his mouth. I had to take the original Popeye was just a little tiny piece of plastic, and the pipe snapped off his mouth as soon as I touched it. So when I had him in the sand, I took a piece of wire and I ran it down, right where I thought his mouth was going to be. And then I took a piece of silver, a little piece of silver shot, and I stuck it right at the end, and it worked. I was absolutely flabbergasted that it worked. But it came out that he had a freaking pipe. I was like, holy shit, are you kidding me? Great Scott, what's going on? I appreciate you, my brother. Yeah, we're almost to 6, I think. No, but I have a cigar. Would you like me to light one? I know I got one in my drawer somewhere. Because when Silver and Cigars came on, I went down and I bought a pack of cigars. I don't know where the hell I put them. Oh, there's the bear for the bear head. I got shit everywhere. Oh, deck of cards. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that for tomorrow. That'll be part of tomorrow's giveaway. But yeah, I went down and I bought, a couple cigars, just to do the show with Silver and Cigars. Oh, there's the actual bear head. But I went down and I picked up a couple cigars, and I got them in my desk here somewhere. I'm not a big cigar smoker. I don't know where they're at, but they're in here somewhere. I'm not gonna go that crazy looking for them. Oh, I gotta light one tomorrow. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go out tomorrow. there's a smoke shop down the street. I'm gonna go get a big fatty cigar, like the mafia Cuban cigar. We can't buy Cubans here, but I'm gonna go buy a big fatty cigar just for you. All right, Melissa. I'll make sure that I get one. Yeah, Nick. Nick, you're here, right? Did you ever put that on a little board, like a trophy head? Well, I don't have a smoking jacket, but I can damn sure do some cognac. I got a Cartier Silver shirt. Would that work? Melissa, you're fine. But we got some good stuff going on tomorrow. I mean, a lot of this stuff here, I will be doing like a pick a number. But one time I did a thing with Liberty where he is like pick a card, any card in the deck, and then you just started flipping the card. You started flipping the deck, flipping the deck, flipping the deck, and you know when you hit it, everybody would pick a specific card. You know, whether it be eight of spades, nine of diamonds, two of clubs, whatever, and you just start flipping. It's like when you see a card, call it out. Obviously everybody would pick beforehand, and then you just start flipping the deck. And it was really cool because I won a piece of silver off of LBS by doing that. So I kind of like adopted it a little bit, maybe stole it, but I'll be putting that into place tomorrow, along with just pick a number from 1 to 50, depending on how many people are there. I hope there's I hope there's 50 there. That would be awesome. I got enough stuff to give away. I mean, let everybody know. It's like, come on over. But I know I got a couple cigars left in here. I just don't know where they're at. My drawers are a mess. Look at this. I got a bag full of toys. The bowling pins, soccer balls, basketballs. No, this is all stuff that I was gonna pour at one time. I've just never gotten to it. I got frying pans. I poured that one before. OC Stacker has one of those. I poured the frying pan for him. A little cast iron pan. But I got so much crap. I really need to clean my stuff out. Figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. But I got some cigars in here still. I know I do. Ha 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 ha. Tell you, swish your sweet. I wonder how stale it is. It's got the zippy top on it, but let's find out. Ba-bam. But no, I think you're right, Melissa. I'll definitely have to go to the smoke shop down the street, the cigar place, and actually get a real one. Get a nice big fatty. There you go, sweetheart. Yeah, I'll have to get a good one. You want me to pour a flower? I mean, like an actual flower? No, if you have a mold of something that actually looks like a flower, yeah, I could pour that. But to put an actual petal into sand, no, it's not going to work. I'm sorry, honey. You see, what a lot of people don't realize is when you pour silver, not only do you need to have a negative draft, but it needs to be thick enough, and a flower petal is not going to cut it. I mean, that stuff is like paper. I mean, when Humble wanted me to pour, one of his spoons, he had to send me two spoons. Well, the shovel, actually. He had to send me two of them, and then I used some nail polish, to make them stick together. That way you could pull them apart and clean them off. But I needed two shovels because the first one was so thin. It's like there was no way it was going to happen. You're compressing everything in between two pieces of sand. No, you can't do that with a living object. You can't do that with a flower. No, if you have something that's, maybe made out of pewter or something like that, yeah, I could probably copy it and make it, but out of a living object, no, it's not going to happen. What's up, Jeffrey Button? Enjoying my Melissa cigar right now. All right, high low stacks. We gotta smurf you up. Anybody else out there who hasn't been smurfed up? Gotta make sure everybody's blue. That way you can all check each other out, sub each other up, give each other likes. Well, I appreciate the fact that there's 19 people still here. Awesome. Now I was just gonna make this a quickie. I didn't plan on it going over an hour. Tired, tired, Lapola. Went to the nursing home to visit my mom. Next thing I know, he's telling me that I'm taking her for a drive. I don't want to go there. But yeah, this was originally from when Silver and Cigars was on the show. I was like, man, we all got to get cigars. We all got to smoke a cigar. So I went down the street and I was trying to find a big fatty, and they didn't have any. So they were like, oh, there's a smoke shop down the street. You can get one of those big boys. I said, I get all the time. I said, it's just for a freaking YouTube thing. I said, come on. I said, what's the biggest cigar you got? She's like, oh, Swisher Sweet. I said, all right, that'll work for me. Muscle Shell, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Like I said, we got a whole table full of stuff that needs to be given away. And I got a whole box sitting here. Well, not a whole box, but this is where the expensive stuff is. You can see that gold piece. You can see the 2 francs. There's a 3.6 ounce pour right there. There's another pour right there. This is the Charlie Kirk. So this is all going to be given away tomorrow night. So y'all make sure that you go back to my video that says the 500 GAW giveaway on the 26th at 5 p.m. It's like the third or fourth video down, and it's not hard to find. Because if you want to be on the wheel, that's the only way you're going to get anything that's in this box. That's the only way you're going to get anything that's in that box. The rest of the stuff that I have up here, that's all freebies for whoever shows up. But I can't stress it enough. I don't know what more to say. You know. The last time I looked at my video, there was quite a few people on there. So Humbol's gonna put all that stuff on a wheel, and he's gonna keep spinning it until we get rid of all this stuff in the box. And I'm gonna do my own thing right here with picking numbers or going through cards. I love going through cards. I think that's fun because that's a damn sure way not to cheat. Make sure it's not rigged. And I don't rig anything. I don't care what anybody says. I made a joke about the redhead being rigged, but I don't rig anything for nobody. Y'all just need to pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention to the rules. How you gonna do it? Like, comment, share. It's not hard. Gotta use my metal mob lighter. I got a whole bunch of them. And T-Birds cup. Cartier Silver, metal mob. They're all in there somewhere. All right, everybody. We're a little bit over an hour. I know y'all have other stuff to do, other channels to go see, but make sure you come back here tomorrow. You got to go to Humble's channel, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Pacific. And that's where we're gonna be doing the big 500 GAW. And if you're not there, and you got to be present to win, there's gonna be a lot of good shit given away. I'm giving away gold. I'm giving away, you know, a lot of silver, a lot of pours, a lot of mint sets. So y'all make sure that you go back to that video, like, subscribe, share, whatever. Make sure you're in there. Make sure you make a comment. All right, everybody. I love y'all. I see you tomorrow night. Peace out. You have a good one.